and that made me revisit one of the most fluky championships ever.
Which one?
Which was I don't know if I want to call it fluky because they're a great team, but their pathway was
19 Raptors.
No. Their
Okay, thank
pathway was Mickey Mouse as hell, filled with a lot of nail biters. Is the 2008 Celtics. I don't know if you guys ever looked too deeply into that championship run, but
What? Dude, I don't give a fuck.
in the first round, the Celtics, they were an all-time regular season team, by the way.
Was that the year they played the Bulls first round?
No, they played the Hawks.
Okay.
The next year, they played the Bulls in the first round. So that year, the Celtics had a historic defense, like 67 wins, I believe, ridiculously good. The Hawks, I think they won 37 games, they took them to 7.
Yeah.
In the second round, they played the Cleveland Cavaliers. They took them to 7. People forget, but like LeBron James with nobody.
Was that 7 or was it 6?
It was 7. The year after it was 6 when LeBron eventually left. They took the Celtics to 7, and that Cavs team was fucking ass. They were dog shit.
Are you thinking of 2009?
No, I'm thinking 2008.
Because 2010 he left, and that's when he lost to
Boston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
2009, 2010.
You're right, because 2009 we lost to the Magic.
Yes, Orlando. And KG wasn't
So I
there.
apologize. Continue.
And
But it's
Boston
really-
lost to Orlando.
Because I'm looking at it right now. They went to 7 with the Atlanta Hawks. I said 37 win team.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavaliers that year won 45 games. The year after they won 66.
Yep.
And that was
That's
the
when
year
they got Mo Williams and shit.
they didn't play.
Antoine
Jameson.
Yeah.
They didn't play the Celtics in the playoffs this year. They played the Magic and they lost, and the Magic beat the Celtics this year. But 07-08, the Cavaliers took the Celtics to 7 games. And you look at LeBron James and his he averaged 27, 6 and 8. Second leading scorer was Ilgauskas at 12 points.
LeBron went stupid in
Then
that
it was
series.
Delonte West, Wally Zerbiak, Joe Smith, Daniel Gibson, Verajao. We're talking about the best version of the Celtics with KG, Paul Pierce, Rondo, Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, James Posey. And really, it went to game 7, they lost 97-92 just by 5 points. LeBron had 45 in that game. Paul Pierce had 41. Paul Pierce was pretty. Paul Pierce was pretty like mid for the series,
man.
but that
He would
game
get up for a
7,
LeBron game.
he was
Always.
different. Like that game 7, like KG struggled, Ray Allen struggled, and then Paul Pierce came and saved the day.
LeBron hashtag did all he could.
But those Celtics, like the first 2 rounds, it went to the brink. Conference finals, they beat the
LeBron was
Pistons.
so peak
Finals,
for
they
that.
beat the
45
Lakers.
in a game 7.
But it's unbelievable.
His whole career, he did all he could.
Like, bro,
honestly.
it's unbelievable.
Outside of fucking-
Like
2011.
Yeah.
when you look at LeBron first stint Cleveland, like you go and you put yourself in that moment. When I was living through it, very much LeBron James was the villain for leaving Cleveland. But looking back at it now, it was 100% the correct decision.
GM did nothing.
They were awful.
Yeah, the team
they were
was
completely
fucking
trash.
It's his fault.
Yeah,
It's
'cause they were
LeBron's
great.
fault because
Yeah.
they got too good too quick.
You want to know what happened with them in 2004, I believe, that Carlos Boozer was on the team. Carlos Boozer was on the Cavaliers.
I know.
Yep.
And
He's famously like, yo, we don't need him.
Yeah.
Cavaliers, there was negotiated between Cavaliers and Carlos Boozer, and Carlos Boozer basically didn't want to play on the qualifying offer. He basically told the Cavaliers, yo, listen, I'm gonna re-sign with y'all, but just decline the qualifying offer and let me go out and look at offers.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'm gonna re-sign with y'all though.
He did dirty.
And the Cavaliers didn't do it. They declined the qualifying offer.
That's Cavs' fault.
Carlos Boozer gets an insane offer from the Jazz, and the Cavaliers were also restricted in how much they could pay Boozer because he was like somebody that wasn't making that much money. So there's like, all those rules about it. So the Jazz gave him a crazy offer. The Cavaliers were like, damn, you really can't do that.
Damn.
And then Carlos Boozer just ended up leaving, and he left for nothing. And that's an all-star that with the Jazz, they went on playoff runs with Darren Williams, Karolinko.
The 2010 team was cute.
Yeah, I don't know if LeBron and Boozer would have necessarily fit together, but I mean, it would have helped. Like if he had Carlos Boozer on his team, it would have definitely helped. Like I don't know if that results in a championship, but it would have definitely increased their odds. But those Cavalier teams were so bad; they were so devoid of talent. That's why you look at that like 2009 team, 66 wins. Who's the second best player on this team?
Mo Williams.
It was Mo.
Like,
He made the All-Star game that year.
He was good.
Who's the starting lineup? Like, you look at the starting
It was
lineup.
Mo. It was Jameson. It was him.
I think Delonte West
It was
too.
And
very
Jameson got there
shallow.
mid-season.
He did get there mid-season.
Shaq. What year was Shaq
No,
there?
that was fuck, bro. You're right.
Yeah, I think Shaq was there.
No, that was 2010. That was
yeah,
2010.
Shaq was 2010.
Mhm.
2008,
So Ilgauskas
2009.
definitely
Is
there.
that the
Bro.
most watched version of Shaq?
Oh, dude.
Easily.
66 wins. The starting lineup: Mo Williams, Delonte West,
Yep.
LeBron, Ilgauskas, and Ben Wallace.
Was it Ben Wallace on the team?
Was
34-year-old Ben Wallace.
Was I think that Wally Surgeback was still there? Somebody named Moon. Was
Jamaro Moon?
Yeah, was he there?
Jamar Moon is not on here. The other players on here,
Ron
like
Moon is a 2K legend.
the players that got the most minutes was LeBron, Mo,
Sasha Pavlovic.
Delonte West, Virgil, Ilgauskas, Daniel Gibson, Ben Wallace, Zerbiak, Joe Smith, Pavlovic, and JJ Hickson.
So Jameson was 2010.
Yeah.
Jameson was a before the deadline acquisition. It was a trade.
So wait, was it 2009 or 2010?
2009, 2010. They went 61-21. That was the year
We
where,
lost
you
to
know,
the Celtics.
they had Anthony Parker, LeBron, Hickson, Mo, Shaq, Antoine Jameson. Antoine only played 25 games for them. That move was short-sighted because Antoine Jameson was on the worst contracts in the league. And a funny story about that is that the Cavaliers, they really valued JJ Hickson. JJ Hickson they
He was
viewed
supposed to be a star.
as a star, a young budding star. There was a deal that they could have made trading JJ Hickson to go get Amari Stoudemire on the Suns. And they were like, nah, we don't want to do it. They was like, nah, we good. We don't want to get Amari. And they didn't make it. And then they ended up going for Antoine Jameson, who was older.
As a LeBron fan, I'm happy that he went to Miami because Miami was awesome. It was just a great viewing experience as a fan of his. I wish he went to the Knicks. Like, I think that if he went to the Knicks, he wouldn't have been the villain. Nobody would have hated him. He would have been the king of New York. It would have been pretty incredible. But everything happens for a reason. Like, Melo goes back to New York, and he has his reunion with the team or with the city, and he has his own moment to shine in New York. So LeBron goes on to win 2 championships with Miami. So, I mean, everything's meant to be. But selfishly, I would have loved him to go to New
This
York.
all stemmed from James Harden.